Good morning, movers. Welcome back to Move Daily Fitness. My name's Tracy. All right, are you looking to improve your posture or make sure that you don't start to round as you age? This is the strength workout for you then. We're gonna focus all on that posterior chain. This focuses on all of the muscles on the back side of the body. So we're gonna hit those rear delts, back, glutes, hamstrings, calves. All right, here's the format today. We're going to work in rep range. I'm gonna do 3 sets of each exercise and we'll aim for that 10 to 12 rep range. Now you're gonna require a variety of dumbbells for the workout. Here's what I have used. Of course, this is what I'm using, so keep it in mind and just lift within your own abilities. I'll also use my bench. If you don't have one, I'll show you modification. And for one of the exercises, I'm gonna use my cables, okay? You can use a resistance band if you have something that you can use set up like that. If you don't have that, don't worry. I'll show you a dumbbell alternative. Okay, we'll start you with a warm up and we'll end with a cool down. This is the type of workout you wanna do to improve strength, improve bone density, and keep that posture from rounding. Are you ready to move daily? Me too, let's go. Let's hit traditional strength training on the watch there. Okay, we're gonna just increase some blood flow here. So let's do a little heel dig, draw your shoulders back. Stretching through the chest here, but mostly just wanting to get that heart rate up here a little bit and increase blood flow. All right, high knee right here and alternate. Let's do a butt kick and a punch. Good, slow it down and alternating kicks. If you can't kick high, just kick a bit lower here. Two more here. Good, let's take it wide. Knees out over the toes and into a plie squat. Big stretch in the chest right at the top. And we're gonna pivot to the side, little pelvic tilt and straight up and down into a stationary lunge for 10 a side. Last one on this leg, and turn it. Pelvic tilt and drop. Very good. We're gonna hinge forward onto something. Okay, a couch, a chair, or just hinge forward at the hips. Glute kick back right here. Five more on this leg. And switching sides, 15 on this leg. Flex your foot. Five more here. Very nice. All right, some front and back bends here. Just gentle press forward of those hips. Just warming up the lower back a bit. One more here. Okay, and up to tiptoes. We'll finish off with some calf raises here. Just getting those calves warmed up, the Achilles heel. You can actually land hard on those heels. We'll do some heel drops right here, which is super for bone stimulation. Drop hard. Let's do 5 more. Very good. Okay, There's the first circuit there. Grab your dumbbells and let's get started. We're gonna start with a reverse lunge. Okay, 10 per leg. You can hold one dumbbell or a set of two. I think I'll hold the set of two here today. 12 pounds in each hand. Let's go for 10 aside, roll the shoulders back and drop right here for 10. Tap, or you can drive a high knee here. If you want to add a little balance stimulus on, that's fine. There's 4, keep it going on this side. Last here, and 10, switching legs. You're tall and drop it low. 10 here. And there's 10. Racking that. Okay, into our one arm row. We're gonna hinge forward at the hips. So if you don't have anything to put your hand on, you could use your leg. We're gonna go for 12 per side here. I'll start warm up with my 25. Hinge forward, roll the shoulder back, and let's pull for 12 right here. All right, there's 12 there. Switching sides. Super flat back, roll your shoulder back, and pull for 12. Excuse me. And there's 12 there. Nice. Okay. Setting that down. And we're gonna move into some deadlifts here. We're gonna do some RDLs, Romainian deadlift. So you're hinging forward, reaching hips back, knees have the bend in them here. I'm gonna start holding my 25s, 25 each hand. You could use a barbell, roll the shoulders back, hinge at the hips, dumbbells close to the shins. And we hinge. Four more for me. Very nice. Okay, that's our set. Grab a little drink. We'll move into our second set here in a second. Just recover that heart rate. Make sure the glutes are ready to go back into it. Nice. Whew, good start. Okay, back to that reverse lunge. 10 per leg. I'm gonna go up to the 15s here. So 30 pounds in total, 10 per side. Let's go. Drop it low for 10. 10 right there. Switching legs. Good, that was work for me. Good. We'll set that down. Catch the breath for a second. Thinking about what you're gonna lift for your one arm row. You wanna bring the muscles toward the failure point. Anywhere between 1 and 3 reps left in the tank. Okay, I'm gonna go with my 30. Okay. Heart rate's up there a bit. Hinge at the hips, grab your dumbbell and pull for 12 reps a side. Here we go. There's my 12. Switching arms, roll the shoulder back and pull for 12. There's 12. I was getting hard on that side. I do think I'll go up on the last set though, so let me rack that into your RDL. Now, if you have a barbell, feel free to hop up into the barbell. I'm gonna go up to 35 pounds per hand here. And we're hitting 12 of these. Hinge at the hips, keep your back super flat. Four more for me. There we go. Okay, that was work, definitely. Excellent. Okay, last set here. I'm gonna pop up to my 20s. Up to my 20s. Nice and tall, 10 a leg, and here we go. There's 10. Switch legs, whew. And work. And 10. That was hard. Okay. Catch the breath for a second, moving into that one arm row. Because the rep range is pretty high here, I'm gonna stick up to my 30. I've been lifting quite a bit heavier with the one arm row, but that's in the 5 or 8 rep range. So for 12, you pick lighter, you pick what works to bring you toward that failure point. 30 is good right now. Okay, 12 aside, holding a 30. Here we go. Okay, there's 12. Switching arms. Roll the shoulder back, nice flat back, and pull. Okay, there's 12. Wow. That adds up, doesn't it? Okay, a little reprieve for a second before I have to grab those 35s again. Give my hands a rest. I would use my barbell, but it's all set up for my glute thrust from the other day with the pad and everything. Dumbbells are great too. I find them harder to hold, but we only have one more set. Holding 35s, let's knock out 12. RDLs. Four more for me. Nice. Okay, rack that. Wow. Okay, heavy, heavy. Excellent. Okay, grab some water, take a look at the screen. That's your next set coming up. Of course, pause if you need longer, but draw me back. We're gonna work rear delts and upper back here. I'm gonna do a face pull on the cables. You could put a resistance band around something and pull toward the face with a slight pause at the top. If you don't have any of that, let's go for some W's to work rear delts. So you're here, I would hold 8s, come up to the W position, pause, and then slow descent. Let's go for 12. On my cable, it's gonna be different for everyone depending on how many pulleys you have. I'm on number 8 though. Okay, elbows up by the face. Let's go for 12. So you're here, little pause, good. Same thing with the resistance band if you're using that. And there's just 12 right there. Okay. Good. Into a reverse grip row. You could use a barbell for this. We're gonna squeeze those middle back muscles together again. I'm gonna hold 15s. Okay. Hinge at the hips. Nice flat back and pull toward the ribs. Good. And 2. Two more for me. I do a little pause at the top, pause. Last one here, up, pause. Good. Okay. Into some single leg glute work. You could bring a dumbbell over, and this could be done from the ground. If I were on the ground, I'd elevate my foot onto something, a hex dumbbell, a small step, a small block, something stable. Otherwise, I'm gonna hold a 10-pound dumbbell in my pelvis area. One leg is up. We're gonna dip and drive. Let's go for 12. 1, low, 2, squeeze the glutes at the top. Four more for me. Squeeze. And last one here. Okay, switch. 12 on this side. Your foot is directly under the knee. Four more here. There we go. She's fire. She is fire. Okay. Shake that out. I'm gonna grab a little sip here. Okay, into some calf raises. You can do this elevated on something like a stable bench or chair or step. Okay, you can do this on the wall. We're gonna do 12 per leg. Or you could do it, I'm doing it on hex dumbbells, but they're stable because they're under here, so they're not gonna roll. Okay, 12 aside. Let the ankle hang as low as it can and then up to tiptoe for 12. Here we go. Low, up, and 2. $11 and 12. That single leg is so hard. I tell you, way harder than the other, both legs. Other side, up for 12. Full range of motion here, folks. $11 and 12. Okay, let's go back to the top. Upper back should be ready to go. We'll go right into it. So W's again, or your face pull on cables or resistance band. Pull for 12, pause, good. Stick the chest out. One more for me. Wow, it's not nothing. 8 is actually perfect. My number 8 there on the cables. I don't think I could do 9 with good form. 7 would be too light, so I'm good there. Let's go into our reverse grip row. I'm gonna hold 15s again and hinge at the hips. Pull right here, squeeze. There's my 12. Okay, set that down and into our single leg glute thrust. I'll stick with this 10-pound dumbbell. on the ground on your back with that foot slightly elevated, or here where you use some body weight, 12 a leg. Here we go. Up to tabletop, drop. 2 1,000, drop. 3 1,000, drop. Wow, that was 12. That's hard, switching legs and work. There's 12. That really gets you right in the kisser, I tell ya. Right in the cheek. Let's go to the single leg calf raise. All right, 12 a leg, full range of motion. Low and tiptoe. And 2. Again, you can do this on the floor. Just walk way back from your wall so you get a good stretch in the Achilles. Halfway for me, 6 more. Last here, holy, very nice. Switch, and 12. $11 and $12. I've added weight there before and then I couldn't walk very well the next day. That is hard even without weight. One more set, folks. Okay, a little sip. Let's go right into our face pulls or W's. Here we go. 12 reps. Halfway with 6. And 12. Very good. Let's go into the reverse grip row. I hold 20s this round. I don't go super heavy on this one, just because you are holding your body weight up, right? So you wanna make sure you have good form, hinge at the hips, and pull for 12. I'm holding 20s. And 12. Good. Set those down. Wowza. Let's give a little stretch there for a sec. Let's go into the glute thrust, single leg. Holding that 10 there. 12 a leg. And work. 1 1,000 low. Four more for me. There we go. Switch and work. There's 12. That is work. Work, work. Let's go into the calf raises to finish. 12 a leg, full range. Here we go for 12. Oh, 10, 11, and 12 are so hard. Switch sides. 12 right here, up. Try not to help yourself if you're holding on to something. Two more here. And 12. Hiya, caramba. Okay, one more set, a little shorter this next time. Take a look, draw me back. We're gonna start with some good mornings. If you don't love this and you'd rather do a goblet squat, okay, you'll hit more glutes than glute and lower back, but if that's better for you, totally feel free. I'm gonna hold a 20-pound. You could hold them on your shoulders by the butts, or you could hold it right here. Okay, I'm gonna hold a 20. We're gonna reach hips back. Keep your back nice and flat. Don't let your back or shoulders collapse, and here we go for 12. So we reach right to there and then power up. Slow and controlled. You are hinging at the hips only. Nothing else is being worked. Of course, you could use a barbell up across the shoulders too. That's the traditional way for this. If you have one of those lighter ones. Two more for me. Very good. Now, if you had a bench, there is a seated version of that where you're hinging forward here and then up. Okay, so some people like that. That's a AGT method, the knees over toes guy. He does that one a lot. Let's go into our weighted dead bug. If you don't want to hold weights here, feel free not to. I'm going to hold 5s in each hand. Okay, so you're in this position to start. We're doing opposite hand and foot extend and then switch. All right, here we go. I'll count for you, so don't worry, just keep going. Switch, slow, slow. That's 2. I want you to try and keep the small of your back pinned to the floor. You've got 6 more here. I think we'll go for 16. 12 is not quite enough. 16 will make it feel like work. 3 more here. Slow. And 2 and 1. Good. Great core move right there. Whew. Okay, let's go back into our good morning, America. Good morning, Canada. Good morning, UK. Good morning, all my people. I'm gonna hold a 25 and we'll hinge at the hips right here. These are soft and we hinge. Forward, drive the glutes and squeeze. Don't arch the back at the top. There's 12. Very nice. Okay. Whew. The 25 felt good for me. Back to my dead bug, and I'll stick with these 5s. All right, dead bug position. Push the small of the back into the ground, knees at 90, and now slowly reach opposite hand and foot. Back to center, switch, opposite, 2. We're going for 16. There's 3, slow, and 4. Working some of those erector spinae, lower lumbar, that's all posture support. Important to train. We're at 10, you've got 6 more. Push your back into the ground. Very good. Okay, felt really good for me. Might go up in weight. I'm always mindful of my shoulders in that one though. You have to have a good range of motion in the shoulders if you're gonna hold a weight in your hands. Back to the 25. Final set. Knees are soft, reach those hips back. Back is flat and power. Little tuck of the glutes under. You know, in back extension, they'll often do it very rounded in the upper shoulders as well to focus more on glutes, right? We want back and glutes here, a little bit of hamstring, of course. I'll get 6 more. Last for me. I find that hard to hold when it gets heavier. Up on the shoulders with a barbell is definitely easier, but I don't have mine set up like that. Okay, final exercise. Let's go into our dead bug again for 16 reps. Push the back into the ground. Think about the core, the long back muscles, the lower lumbar, and let's work. Push the back into the ground. Slow and controlled. I'm at 10. We've got 6 more here, folks. Count it with me. Here's 3, 2, slow, slow, and 1. You're done, and you have moved daily. Move daily, move daily. I was trying to think of a little ditty to go with move daily, and I sang that, move daily, da-doom-ch. My sisters are like, no. I was denied. That was good. Thanks, everyone. Okay, join for a stretch if you can. We're gonna stretch out that back side, the whole posterior chain. Smash the like button if you enjoyed today's workout. Okay, let's go onto a couch, chair, bench, but you could also use a wall if you don't have anything handy. You're gonna put your elbows up on the wall, or you're gonna hinge forward here. And we're gonna stretch it out right there, stretching through the lats a bit here, of course, those long back muscles. Those ones are hard to target in a home gym. The only exercise that kind of hits it is that dumbbell pullover. We didn't do that today, obviously. But let's just reach those arms back now, back to the upper back, and increase that stretch. But if you had, a resistance band set high, or a cable, or let's go into child's pose here. A cable or a chin-up bar, pull-up bar, that would be good here. Let's reach to one side and continue stretching that lat. Yeah, so I do have the resistance cables here, as you saw. So I'll do some lat pull downs just to make sure I get that pull mechanism. Switch sides here, and those lats, right? We did a lot of pull work, of course, which is how we used the posterior chain. We were pulling the hamstrings, glutes were pulling, upper back, lower back was pulling. So that's all great. Shoulders, back shoulders. But yeah, it's tricky because if you want to work out at home, that's super. Let's go hamstring stretch. Heel up, knee is soft, and hinge forward. But, you know, I mean, if you're moving, you're winning. You have to remember that. Most people aren't doing any resistance training. So if you're doing all of this, which is what I'm doing as well, we're doing well. We're doing really good. So just remind yourself of that. If you could buy a chin-up bar, or if you could invest in some cables with a high attachment, resistance bands with a door attachment, and do some lat pull downs, that would be good. I don't include a lot of that because most people don't have that in their home, which is why I don't include it. But I do think it's important to have that pull and to target those back muscles a little bit more. We're gonna sit down here and hit glutes, cross over and hinge forward at the waist here. Anyway, this is great for posture because those back muscles help keep the shoulder girdle back, right? Now, a lot of people are really tight in the pecs, so this is important as well, that you stretch, do a lot of lengthening through this muscle here, because so many of us are on computers and phones, so we're rounded in the shoulders. Switch sides. Now, if you want a good podcast to listen to on spine health, I had, I'm not gonna remember his name now, I see his face. I've interviewed almost 80 people, so what's his name? Shoot, I'll link it at the end. Anyway, it was all in spine health. He is a spine surgeon, one of North America's top surgeons, and he performed the first robotic surgery with spine. Arms back, thumbs down, stretch those shoulders low. Anyway, it was super. He talked a lot about core health and how important that is for posture and, you know, to prevent back pain. So doing things like that dead bug, he recommended definitely. So I think that's really important to keep those things on repeat as well. Anyway, okay. I know I have the link to the podcast and it's right there and that's his name, but I just don't remember right now. Thank you, Menopause. All right, see you all in the next one.